And yeah, it's been a little while since we've been on this one. So yeah. Last episode we went ahead and got the Ministry of Steel set up on this little space here. And of course, the plan is we're going to turn the Ministry into our ship to get into orbit. But we also need to build ourselves a little bit of a base here, and we need to get some defenses up because, well, the pirates are out there. And I don't know how long they're going to be playing for niceness. So I think this episode, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and get our base set up. Get a base platform set up, and then we're also going to, on this episode, get started with the Ministry. And to do that, we're going to be salvaging a lot of material from the pirate base that we took. I know originally we were planning on using that pirate base as the building location, but in light of the fact that there's just not enough atmosphere and there's too much weight on the Ministry to be able to make it into a proper actual airship, we're going to have to go the option of spaceship, which I wasn't really excited about at first, but you know what? That's what we got to do. So we're going to go ahead and get the beginnings of our base laid out. Now, there's an easy way and a hard way to do this, and I think the easiest way to do this, well, honestly, is going to be to go ahead and get a platform set up underneath and then just kind of go from there. So let's go ahead and try to line this thing up. I want to get all the blocks in place, and then that way we can kind of... Why are you being so unbelievably annoying? It's like it doesn't want to line up right. Like, dude, seriously? Okay, gotta remember how I do this. Is it this way? How? No. Yeah, free placement mode, that's what we want. Alright. Okay, because we want to be able to line this thing up so it is straight up, and now we're gonna try to line this thing up so that it's... And it's okay if it's a little below because we'll just mine out from underneath it, you see. But we're gonna go ahead and set it up right about there. That looks about right. That looks about even, yep. And then we'll just have to dig into the hill to be able to accomplish the rest of it, which is absolutely fine. We can do that. It's just means a little bit more work, and I can do that off camera if need be. But we want to be able to get some sort of landing platform in place so that we can actually lock down the ship, so to speak. And we might even be able to get her to slide down the hill a little bit if we do this right. So yeah, let's see, there we go. Get that all in place. Get this platform in place, and that'll stabilize the ship too. Actually, you know what we might do? We might just do that, actually. Get it all in place, get it welded up. So let's go ahead and hop up on there, and we're going to go ahead and see about letting the... Did that do what we wanted it to do? Oh yeah, that's just about right. Perfect, actually. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave that like that. Now, originally I was just going to be like, no, let's level it out. But you know what I'm thinking? If we level it out, then we're not going to be able to do the... We're not going to be able to get additional stuff put in place. So let's go ahead. Go ahead and let's mine out this back part here. Yeah. And then we'll go ahead and set this up back here. Alright, so we need steel plates. Haha. Yeah, I figured as much. Okay, so steel plates. I know where we can go to get steel plates, but we gotta get charged up first. And actually, what's it? Oh yeah. Yeah, little detail. Let's go ahead and turn on the flyer bats. Let's go ahead. How come is it? Oh, I bet the connector isn't lit. Is the connector? Oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that explains quite a bit. Alright. Well, let's get this completed then. Oh, crap. Yeah, we don't want to fly off the ship. We want to be on the ship. We just want to get this connector fixed. Alright, we need steel plates, and we need a few other components. Alright, you know what we're going to do? We're going to steal from this. Because I want that thing hooked up, so... There we go. Alright. There we go. Now we're better. Alright, cool. Now we're going to go ahead and jump in the seat, but we are going to take that connector and we're going to remove it from that... So what you can do, so you don't have that happen, because when you hit park, everything that is on that is tied into the park. So if you go down here and you go not used for parking, well then you don't have to worry about that. Alright, so that should have lined us up pretty solid. Well, sort of. It's tilty. That's okay. There's no real way to level it out very well. Unless I have some thrusters on the back end here that thrust down, and I don't really have that anymore, but we could probably... Yeah, we might be able to do some repair work on that, possibly. Maybe take some motors from this, and then repair this. And that should give us the lift to even ourselves out. No. Let's see, did that level us out a little bit more? Yeah, it did a little bit more. Alright, oh, that's good, that'll do. Alright. And that's enough to actually give us some lift back here too, which is really nice because that's kind of what we want, because we want to be able to dig this out and extend out this here further back. So let's go ahead and get some more armor plate. We need to drop off a lot of material, and I do need to set up for better hydrogen situation. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm keeping my eyes open just in case we get any friends. It hasn't been too terribly hostile around here. The drones and those stations don't really want to go out that far apparently, so I'm not going to complain. But it is always a possibility, so we got to be prepared for it. And that's just kind of how it rolls, you know. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and jump in for one quick second. I want to make sure that I've got good audio. Yep, looks like we got some good audio. Outstanding. Just got to double check. And then, of course, thank you so much. Oh, by the way, thank you so much, everyone, for your comments. Thank you. I appreciate it. Your likes, subscribes, all that stuff. It just really helps out a lot. Makes it more of a community, and it also I like the engagement, you see. So I really, really appreciate it. Hey, thanks for joining. So let's go ahead and get this thing going. The first thing we want to do is get our hydrogen replaced. So let's see here. Where's our H2O2 gen? There you are. There's one of them right there. That's the one I want right there. So we're going to take that, and then we don't have any ice. So let's see. We have a hydrogen tank in here if I remember right. So here's a small hydrogen tank right here. Let's go ahead and drop that off in there. Also, we need to set up all of our small hydrogen tanks to do auto refill. That way it refills our tank so that we're good to go. And then we should probably transfer our O2 cans. Well, let's transfer all of our stuff to the tanks. So for this one here, we're going to drop that one in there, and that one in there, and I don't have that set for... How do I not have the oxygen set up that way too? I usually have things... I have a way of doing things, like all my tanks I have set up that way. If it's a trip tank, I set it for the other... Oh, well, Well then, why hasn't it... This should be... I got in there. Why isn't it charging it? I don't understand. It should be refilling it. Good gravy. Alright, we'll take the 40. I don't know what's going on with my oxygen tanks, but apparently they're not charging, but at least the hydrogen one is. I don't understand this tank. Oh, I wonder if it's on. No, it's on. And it's not on stockpile. But yet it doesn't refill. Why? Oh, it's off. That's why. Duh. I was looking at show block and terminal. Ha! Alright, now we're golden. Alright, now we can go in there and get our freshly recharged oxygen tank. There we go. That's what I like to see. Alright, let's go ahead and get this recharged. Good to go. Alright, and then let's go down and we'll get our other, we'll drop our other hydrogen tank off in here. And we'll just leave it there because, you know, it can sit there. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and drop off all these materials here. Let them do their thing. Alright, you know what we're going to do? We're going to drop all of our basic tools off because we'll break them down. I mean, it's useful. Don't I have a... I thought I had, like... I don't have a rack. I need to get a rack. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and drop... Oh yeah, we gotta do... Ah, yes! We are getting some cosmic coffee for this morning's episode. Yes, that is exactly what we're doing. 2 cups, please. And we're gonna drop these off in with there. Okay, good. We got some energy charge, that's good. Oh, that's just the best. Okay, we got some food in here, because we need to eat something. Oh. Because we don't have anything to eat, and I'm hungry. Food! There's no food in this place? Does this place not have any food? We have a lot of mushrooms. I'm not interested in eating mushrooms. I want, like... alright, fine. We'll have coffee instead. That's gonna be breakfast for us. Alright. Let's go out there to the salvage. If I remember correctly, though, there was a, didn't I... 2 enemy signals. Okay, well, I don't know. Alright. Let's go to the salvage. Let's see how much of a charge we got on the dragon. 8 hours of charge. Okay. Well, we could take the dragon and get a bunch of salvage, or we could fly over there really quick. Let's take the dragon. That way we have some weapons protection. Oh wait. Before I take the dragon, whoa. Let's see if we got anything in the dragons. Do we got anything stored up in the dragon? Yeah, we do. Oh, wow. Okay, we need to offload all this. We got a lot. Okay, before we go running off into Kelter Skelter, let's, first of all, we never did finish the construction of the dragon. And we do have a cryo chamber on board here, which we need to transfer over to the ship. Actually, you know what we might do? Let's use the materials from the dragon first, and then we'll go from there. So we got metal plates. Got that. Okay, good. You know, we'll transfer over all this stuff here too. How about that? Because none of that's going to be... We'll keep the base building materials in here, but I think we're going to work with this. So let's go ahead and drop down here. We're going to see about... Let's see, that's full. What about this one? This one's not full. Let's go ahead and drop these off here. And let's get back to doing some base building. I'm going to fly over to the... I was going to go back to the salvage, but you know, I realized we've got plenty of material in the dragon. So let's go ahead and we're just going to bring the dragon back around. There we go. And the dragon will provide additional firepower if we get any kind of people being stupid kind of thing. Okay, so we need to fill that up. Alright, so we're going to go this way. We're going to get on this center deal here, and we're going straight. This is going to be a deep run here. Alright, let's go ahead and take it down deeper. Get this straight up. Once we get the center beam in place, you know, the center strip of the landing platform in place, then we'll be able to go from there. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the centerpiece in place. It's certainly getting to be. All right. Digging a hole. Seems like they had to do this at the very beginning when we first landed on this godforsaken planet. We had a big giant hole to work with. Alright, let's go ahead and get this thing going here. Yeah, I figured I went a little too deep, but that's okay. Alright, gotta take it all the way back. This is where I seriously considered a drill ship, but I've never been very good at terrestrial drill ships and drill vehicles. I've always been better at them in space. So, you know, stick with what you know, right? Alright, now let's go ahead and run some more plates. Alright, so this is starting to look a lot more promising. But I don't know that I want to go out. Gotta allow enough room for the engine area. And how far back are we going to take it? That's the question. Alright, take it a little further back, this far back maybe. Alright, so I'll take it out to here. That should give me enough room if I go to here. Alright, cool. And that, taking that back, it's going to be a little excavation, but it's not too bad. Could be worse.
Energy low.
Alright. Okay, now there's a couple of different ways we could do this. You could do this easy way or the not so easy way. The not so easy way is just going to be making a bunch of larger blocks. The easy way would be to just take half blocks. I think we'll do it the easy way, and I'm also seeing something I don't like. Is this like this because it's damaged, or is this... No, it's like this because it's low. Depleted in 8 hours. Wow. Alright. Well, we got our work cut out for us, ladies and gentlemen. We have got to get this thing up and running. So, okay. So let's go ahead and see what we got in here for materials. Anything else for building? Yeah, we got some more metal, some more stuff there, so good.
Energy critical.
Alright, let's get a recharge on our energy real quick here. Alright. Okay, let's get the total width of this thing. I'm going to take it all the way out. And that'll be good right there. Okay. How far out did we go on that? We went 4. We went 4. Okay, good. we're going to go over here to the light armor section. That's this. Now we could fill this up with a whole bunch of interior blocks, but I think we're best served by doing it this way. Not just because we have the weight on our side, but because, well, there's just a way of doing things, you know? Okay, this one here. And that one's gonna have to be a solid one. Just for... almost. There we go. Alright. And it's just like that. I figure we got this one here, and this will set up like structures on this side here for like housing and stuff like that, offices and such, and we'll do the same thing on the other side too. But I think this is going to give us a good lineup, but we still have a long ways to dig. We got a lot of digging to do to take it all the way back to, where is it, about here? Yeah, right about here is where the back end is. You know what? I think I'm gonna cut it off right there, actually. Yeah, this will be a good one right here. Alright, so that being said, we gotta go back here and get more material. You know what we could do? This would be brilliant though, but I think we should put lights. I think it would be really cool to have lights every so often. I think it would look neat, and I think it would really make a difference. So right about here, and here, and here. I'll set these up facing upwards, and I'll line them up so that they're lined up like that. See, now we got lighting that's going to be shining up. That's going to look really cool, especially when you've got the big old ship over the top of it. Yeah, that's going to work out nicely. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get the rest of this material put in here. Yep.
Energy low.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get our energy charged back up again. We'll pull the material from this, then we'll head back over to the salvage, and we'll get that salvaged. We also need to get a clear path over to the other thing too. And we'll just keep pulling material from all these pirate bases. I think there's a salvage yard out there too. We can go check that out at some point. Alright, so right now, I don't know how many times we can hit those pirates and they're going to ignore us, but actually we'll drop these off in here. Just keep swiping these things off of here. We'll keep those in there for reasons. Yeah, we'll take the passenger bench. We got, where's that passenger seat with the ore on, with the uranium? Do we got? Okay, maybe this is the one. I know one of these has. The heck you say? Well, I thought I saw there was something with uranium on it, but let's see, passenger bench. Oh yes, that's inside. All right, bench. Uranium ore. All right. So that's everything out of here aside from the salvage is attached to it, which I'm not too worried about. So let's take a look and see what we got. We got 89, so we can go down here and do some more work. So let's go ahead and get some more of this in place. Alright. Let's go ahead and get that in place. Okay, now let's go ahead and get, oh, well, actually, this one over here is going to go down like that. Alright, and then this side here, we'll get another, bam, just like that, okay. Now, oh, we're out of steel plates. Okay, what else we got? No, the rest of the stuff's pretty neutral. So we're going to go up top side. And we'll go down here. And we'll start picking through this. We got anything? Nope. Okay. No, 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 no. No, no, no. I'll take that. For any more steel plates. Looks like, oh wait, we got a few here. Where's here? Modular cargo container. That's up top side. Huh. Alright, I'll take those. Let's go ahead and get these guys lined up. That one and that one. Alright, cool. And we'll start on this side. Oh, you got no comps or plates, so. Alright. Anything else in here that we should grab? Or have we gotten everything out of here completely? Let's double check. And we're clear. Alright. No problem.
Energy low.
Wow. I went through 1,000 already? Jeez. Alright then. Now let's go down and get some salvage. Alright, off we go again. Here we go again. Rolling across the road. I gotta change the screens on this thing. It's annoying. I can't see what the weather's gonna be, well, first of all. And velocity. And plus, I don't like the blue screens. I've never liked the blue screens. I like the black and white screens personally. I don't care about gravity. I already know where I'm at on that, so that can be weather report. Oh, good gravy. Come on, get out of the way so I can go ahead and make my thing. Alright, cool. Alright, just wanted to capture a screenshot, guys. Sorry about the blank screen for a second there. I haven't figured out how to do it and still be rolling along, so. But I just really like the view. Desert, desert sand, every which way you go it's desert sand. Turned off the heads-up display so I can get a good view of the lay of the land here. Alright, let's go ahead and turn the heads-up display back on again. Orienting and going. Yeah, I figure we'll get there. We'll strip out a bunch of stuff. We really want steel plates, a lot of them. But we do want some of the materials off of there. I think what I'll do is set up some material storage and things like that. I think I see our little crash site over here. There it is off in the distance here. Here it is. Weapon? Yeah, okay, good. Not that I expect combat, but you never know when somebody's going to try to be shasty about stuff. There's our hopper right there. Alright. Alright, let's go ahead and get going. Okay. Well, we have a lot of these Atmo thrusters. I'm thinking, I'm debating on whether or not I want to salvage those or shred them. I mean, I could salvage them, but to what purpose? I don't know. I think it'd be better just to use them for parts. Although I really like how the front end of this is. And I wouldn't mind just transplanting this whole front end over to the front end of the ship, honestly. That would be really cool. Okay. Got anything in here? We do. Alright. Alright, let's load up the Desert Dragon. This is all with parts, so... Inventory's full. Okay, no problem. We'll just go back here and drop off some more components. Alright. Compact antenna is going to have a lot of heavy parts. That's what I thought. And that one's full. So over to the other side we go. That's going to be a good haul. A real good haul. Alright, so. Let's get up here and see what we can take of the wing.
Energy.
Uh-oh. All right then.
Energy critical.
Hauling that back's gonna be a real chore. I'm not sure I can even do that. I might have to take care of all of that stuff all at once. Yeah, I might have to grind it down and hopefully be able to carry both of them at the same time. Actually, you know what I might do? I might empty everything out of the cab in case I have overflow. And then the auto gun. We'll put that up here too, but keep it, you know, so that it doesn't, nothing comes along and does something dumb with it. All right. Let's make sure everything's out of here first before we go and start shredding everything. Yeah, I know. Dead guy. Alright, that's empty. Alright, and it looks like that's the rest of it, yeah. So it is all done. All that's left is these two things and the front end, so. Alright, let's go ahead and drop this all off. Okay, that's a pretty good haul. Well, let's see if we can really make it a big haul. Alright, that's got a few pieces in it. Oh yeah, I got both of them. Alright, well I wonder if I could take the cargo too. Probably not. But I might be able to get the door. I got the door. Alright. Salvage both the large tank and the large thruster. Large thruster will just tack onto the back end of the Ministry, and then I wonder if we shouldn't just put it onto the back of the Ministry, or whether we should. Well, we don't know if we're going to find another large container. But we do have those small containers, but we're going to need a lot of hydrogen if we're going to take off using hydrogen. And I probably shouldn't have scrapped all those Atmo thrusters, honestly, because we're gonna need some. But mostly we're gonna need hydrogen, and we're gonna need ice. But there's a whole mountain of ice up there. I'm not worried about that. Alright, well, let's get back here. Get a bit more of this stuff here. Get an idea here. think we go then.
No energy.
Alright. Loaded down pretty good, but we got a good salvage. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually put the hydrogen tank in the front, and we'll put the hydrogen nozzle in the aft section. It's not where it's going to belong per se, but we kind of want to have the salvage on hand. Probably not a bad idea too. We did shred 2 large Atmo turbines. We probably should save those out, but we didn't. Those got turned into salvage, so. But I'm needing a lot of hydrogen thrusters. Magnesium and all that stuff there. Very mineral rich area. Hey Minuteman, welcome! Yes, Triple M has arrived. Outstanding. Hope your day's going really well. Alright, so let's get this salvage put away first of all. And we can start with the large hydrogen tank. And this is just a place setter, so we're not gonna... It's not its final location, just get it put away. Alright. Ow. I think actually, I might just put all the salvage out the front and then rotate it around to the back, but I kind of wanted to get the bridge in place though. That's kind of where I'm thinking, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright, so we got a large cargo. Actually, the large thruster is going to have to go in the front. We don't have anywhere else to put it, so let's put it here for now. Alright. We'll go ahead and hit that. And then we'll hit this. Then, I don't know that I have enough to be able to do that, but we'll take and, alright, take that off of there for now. And we'll put a, we did have a door we salvaged, so we want to put that in place, and that can go right here. Alright. And then the rest of it can go in here. Alright. So that works out really well. That large atmo thruster, though, we're definitely gonna do something about this. Yeah. They're so quiet over there. I don't know whether to be nervous or excited. Alright, so we're actually taking this apart, and we're gonna break it into two large flat thrusters. So let's get those in place. Alright, so we want a large flat. We need a large one? Nope. Oh, I need steel plates, that's right. Alright. Now we used parts of that one to repair the other. And then for the other turbine, we're gonna throw it over here. Just for fun. Alright, there's that one. And then there's this one. Almost. Just a few more steel plates and that one would be golden. And that leaves this open area here for what I'm thinking should... And I know just the cargo pod we should be getting. And we're flying right back out to the hopper to get it. There is the cargo pod we're going to take right here. And while we're at it, we'll pick up this here. And we'll grab a bunch of salvage over here too. Namely, this right here. Right. And back we go. With our mighty cargo pod. This is going to make transportation of materials so much easier. We just got to pipe it in there, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. And we'll have a lower pipe. And that lower pipe, we'll have it set up so that it's I really like the industrial design, and I think they'll do the industrial design so that the access ports are forward, aft, dorsal, and ventral, and leave starboard and the port sides okay. Leave them clear. That way, it's not a problem. And I have to say, this position, even though it's not ideal to be able to get to the other side easily, it does afford us a little bit of protection from those pirate facilities. That is something I kind of like. Alright, so this cargo pod is going to go in here. Now, the question is, how do I want to do this? Therein lies the challenge. Because I'm pretty sure it's bigger than this, but let's find out. First of all, since this is going in its place, we're going to go ahead and color it, and I want it to be yellow. Kind of gives it the kind of an industrial vibe, and I like that. Actually, you know what we're going to do though? Because it is on the desert, we should do a desert yellow. Where's that dusty one? That dusty metal. Pretty sure that's dusty. Alright, let's take a look. Let's see what we can see. Alright, so we got this here. This is what we're looking at here. So how's this? How are we gonna do this? Well, it will fit like this, but that's not how we want it. We want it like that. Alright, so that's how it goes in. There's our access point there. And how far down is it? Okay, it's even with the bottom. That actually is not a bad idea. Because that does give for the ability to be able to put a connector on there and run it down there. Oh, I like this. This is really good. I really kind of like this. I'm aware. Oh, this is going to look so nice. This is nice. I like this.
Energy low.
Yeah, I know. Energy's low. Big deal. Big deal. Alright, so I'm thinking we could move that to here and run a conveyor straight into this. So if that's the case, then we can just transport all this material over to here. Okay, so now we put a cargo pod right here. A small one, we'll make that yellow also. And now, we can just run a conveyor line straight over there. Yeah, I like that. And actually,
Energy critical.
make these both interior plates, which is going to make it really nice for the comfort of the actually, you know what we could do? We could make those both pipes. this one all the way over to there via like a logistics pipe. Ooh, what if I did that?
No energy.
Uh-oh. Let's go in here and hang out. We'll get some energy, some oxygen. Yeah, so this is going to work out nicely. We'll get the cargo pod locked in place. That's going to be good. And then we'll take the, and lock in that, get the conveying line up to it, get the other side conveyored over, and we can get that connector attached to the underside, and then we'll be able to actually line it up with a connector on the base itself. That'll work out really nicely. We can even run the connector down and do a layer of armor on the bottom as well if we wanted to protect it even further, which is not a bad idea. Alright. Alright, this is nice. Snazzy. Alright, let's see here. We've got a bunch of materials here. That's really easy.
Meteor storm inbound.
Alright, we're gonna get some of this. We'll take that. Some of those. And that's the reactor, which we don't have any refined uranium for, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. And there's the beacon there, so we'll have to do an angled get up on this, but that's okay. But what we do need is motors. Let's zip down here and see what we got. There's some motors. And the motors will be really good for getting the plumbing in place. Actually, we want to get that and that. And we go back down here and we get some more of the deal constructed here. This works out nicely. fun. Where is my ore handling facility? There it is. Let's zip over there and see what we got. Might be some materials we could swipe from there as well. Might as well bounce back and forth. At least that's why I'm thinking. I'll bring the ship in next time, but we still have to finish with that construction as well. But we'll see what we can grab out of here that might be useful. Ah, yes, that's right. We've got all these shelves in here. A whole lot of them, actually. Let's see. That's right, we've got this assembler. And we've got a refinery. We'll have to transplant some of this stuff. Wow, okay. We got plenty of material for a lot of stuff. Good. Very good. Is there batteries in here? Sadly, no. I'd swipe and salvage one. Got good power cells. 47. Good gravy. Well, might as well take a bunch of those. Take a handful of those. Alright. Yeah. Definitely gonna have to. We'll have to work hard on this one. The way I see it, though, there's plenty of material here to be had. It's just a matter of getting the design down and just building the bloody thing. But we're definitely going to thin out a lot of the armor plate so we can make orbit. We're not a warship. We'll have enough, hitting power, but uh-oh. We got a windstorm. Alright. Oh, that's good. You can always break those down, I guess. If we got a full-fledged refinery, though, on board the base, it wouldn't be hard for us to do some refining of some of the things like the uranium, which would get us more power. Well, I think an hour and 20 minutes is a good episode. So we're going to go ahead and call this episode. Not a lot going on opposition-wise, but we did manage to get a planned layout for the platform. We did manage to get some more salvage. We did manage to get ourselves a fuel container and a large thruster, which of course naturally we have to get assembled onto the other side of the vessel. We're going to go ahead and continue to get the vessel set up and ready to go, along with getting the base set up as well. I think I want to transfer all of the things over from that pirate facility all the way over to here. And the way I see it, we'll set it up over here on the side here and the side over here. Have like an office set up, a little residence, and have like manufacturing set up there with the assembler and all that stuff, and then pipe it over to a conveyor line over there, which will come in on the side, I think. And then that way we can pipe it in directly, and then we don't have to worry about, a whole lot of other stuff. The goal here, of course, obviously, is to get off Mars, which is exactly what we intend to do. So, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.